Here in Shalom, Romans chapter 11, verse 25 and verse 26. For I do not desire, brethren, that you should be ignorant of this mystery, lest you should be wise in your own opinion, that blindness in part has happened to Israel until the fullness of the Gentiles has come in. So the Bible calls the blindness upon the Jewish people because of their unbelief in regards to Yeshua being the Messiah, and the Gentile believers coming into the fullness of the glory of God and the fullness of the stature of Christ as a mystery. So when will this blindness be removed from the Jewish people? When the church comes into the fullness of the glory of God and the fullness of the stature of Christ. And when that happens, the Jewish people will be saved. Because verse 26 says, and so all Israel will be saved, as it is written, the deliverer will come out of Zion, and he will turn away ungodliness from Jacob, for this is my covenant, verse 27, with them, when I take away their sins. So all Israel will be saved. The Jewish people will be saved before the return of Yeshua from heaven. Now the word saved in the Greek has three meanings. Number one, it means to be delivered. The Jewish people will be delivered. Number two, it means to be kept safe or to be preserved by God. The Jewish people will be preserved and kept safe by God. And number three, it also means to be made whole or to be made complete. So all this will happen when the church comes into the fullness of the glory of God and the fullness of the stature of Christ. And when we begin to walk in the fullness of God's glory, manifesting the power and the wisdom of God that is in the Messiah Yeshua, that's when Israel will be saved. So the more we walk into the glory of God and demonstrate the glory of God and the power of God and the wisdom of God on earth, it will bring deliverance to Israel, it will bring preservation to Israel, and it will also bring completion or wholeness to the Jewish people, because they will be saved. Currently, they are not complete because they are partially blind. Because they are partially blind, and so they are not complete, they are not whole. And that's what Paul says in verse 24, for if you were cut out of the olive tree which is wild by nature, and were grafted contrary to the nature into a cultivated olive tree, so they have been cut off because of their unbelief from the Messiah, from Yeshua. That's what Paul is trying to say. And were grafted contrary to nature into a cultivated olive tree, how much more will these who are natural branches be grafted into their own olive tree? So currently they are not complete, they are not whole, because they have been cut off due to their unbelief. But when the church comes into the fullness of the glory of God and the fullness of the stature of Christ, it will bring healing to the disconnect, because the eyes of the Jews shall be opened by God. It will bring healing to the disconnect that is between the Jews and the church, and the wall of separation shall be broken down, and the knowledge of the glory of God shall cover the earth as the waters cover the sea, bringing Yeshua from heaven back to earth. Amen.